Hello, my friends. You've had another busy day today. You've worked hard, and now it's time for bed. But maybe your mind is still busy. Maybe you're still replaying conversations from today in your head, trying to find the right response to things said, or wondering if what you said was the right thing to say. Whatever it is, just know that you're safe here. Whenever you need it, this is a place where you can come to calm your mind, to find a few minutes of peace. Let's take a deep breath together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's try that again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel how your belly rises up and falls down with each breath. Don't worry about anything else but your breath right now. Notice how your body feels as you inhale and exhale. Notice how your body feels as you inhale and exhale. Now I want you to think of a situation that may have upset you or made you feel uncomfortable today. It could be something that happened recently, or even something from long ago. It doesn't matter how big or small the problem was, or how long ago it happened. What matters is that you allow yourself to experience whatever emotion came up for you around that memory right now. Allow yourself to feel whatever emotions come up around that thought, whether it's anger, or anxiety, or fear, or shame. Just allow yourself to feel it without judgment. And now we're going to take 10 deep breaths together. On the first breath in, repeat to yourself, I am safe now. On the second breath in, repeat to yourself, I am grounded. On the third breath in, repeat to yourself, it's okay to feel this way. On the fourth breath in, repeat to yourself, this feeling will pass. On the fifth breath in, repeat to yourself, I am allowed to feel my feelings. On the sixth breath in, repeat to yourself, this too shall pass. On the seventh breath in, repeat to yourself, feelings cannot hurt me. On the eighth breath in, repeat to yourself, I accept myself. On the ninth breath in, repeat to yourself, I trust myself. And on the 10th breath in, repeat to yourself, I let go. With each breath, allow the stressful thoughts to float away. Imagine your breath pushing all your worries away like leaves floating down a stream. Take a moment to notice how you feel now. How is your body feeling? How is your mind feeling? Hopefully, a little calmer than before. So many of us spend so much of our lives wishing we could go back and do things differently. We ruminate over our past mistakes and wonder what would have happened if we had done something else. We dwell on things we wish we could have said or things we wish we could have done differently. While there may be times when it's good to learn from our past, like when we're children learning to ride a bike, for most of life's experiences, our journey has led us to exactly where we are right now. All of the roads we didn't take led us to this moment in time, and all of the roads we did travel down brought us to this point. Every experience that you've ever had has brought you closer to who you are right now. So rather than regretting our past, we can celebrate it because it has brought us to this moment. We can choose to be grateful for every part of our journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because they've all shaped us into the person we are today. You might be wondering why I'm telling you all of this right before bed. Well, most of us tend to think about the future while lying in bed at night. We worry about upcoming deadlines, events, or conversations. We play out future scenarios in our heads to try to figure out how they'll turn out. But doing this only increases our stress levels and makes it harder to sleep. Instead, when you lie in bed at night, I encourage you to think about all of the roads that have led you to this moment. Think about all the paths that have brought you to this exact point in your life. Be grateful for them all. Know that every experience has brought you closer to who you're meant to be. If you don't believe me, think of a time when you were younger and more carefree. Think of a time when you felt innocent, full of joy and happiness. Think of a time when you felt connected to yourself and to those around you. Can you remember what it was like to laugh with abandon, to explore the world without fear, to dream without reservation? These qualities, this sense of wonder and curiosity, they've always been within you. You were born with these qualities. It wasn't until life beat you down and made you question things that you lost them. It wasn't until you started worrying about what other people thought of you that you became afraid to laugh out loud. It wasn't until you started comparing yourself to others that you forgot how to be curious. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to compare ourselves to others once in a while. It helps us stay accountable and on track. But when we compare ourselves to others constantly, it makes us forget what makes us unique, what makes us special. Comparing ourselves to others robs us of our individuality, our uniqueness. It keeps us from being the people we were meant to be. And I know that we live in a world that encourages us to compare ourselves to others. When we step outside, we're greeted by billboards that tell us what we should look like or how we should act. We see TV shows and movies that portray perfect families and perfect lives. And even though we know these images aren't real, we still subconsciously compare ourselves to them. It's time that we stop comparing ourselves to these false images of perfection. It's time that we stop trying to be someone else. You are perfect just the way you are. The fact that you're still here right now, still trying, still growing, still moving forward, that's what makes you perfect. Think of yourself as a river. As the river travels over time, it changes course. Sometimes it moves toward a certain direction because of gravity, sometimes because of a rock or tree that's in its way. Sometimes the river floods, overflowing its banks. Sometimes the river slows down and becomes a lake. Yet through all of these changes, the river continues to flow. Just like the river, we change and grow throughout our lives. Our path is constantly changing and evolving based on everything we experience, both positive and negative. We may think that the bad experiences hold us back, but they also shape us and make us who we are. All of the experiences in our lives, good and bad, shape us, change us, and move us forward on our path. Even the difficult situations and people in our lives help us grow. They force us to become stronger, more resilient. So rather than fearing the difficult times, we can choose to embrace them and be grateful for them because they make us who we are. When we focus on the present, when we focus on the road we're currently traveling down, we realize that we don't need to worry about the future. When we focus on the beauty of a flower, we stop worrying about where it came from and where it's going. When we focus on the deliciousness of a meal, we stop worrying about how it was made. So tonight, as you drift off to sleep, I invite you to focus on this moment. Focus on the feeling of your body in bed, on the sound of my voice, on the thoughts in your mind. Stop worrying about the past and the future. Trust that your journey has led you to this moment and that you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. It's time to sleep now. It's time to rest. Go now.